So apparently, this was posted on eBay last month, and it actually was a Surface Duo's dev unit. So yeah, that's pretty much what we can call it because we have no idea what this actually is. There has been rumors, according to 9 to 5 Google, who actually posted this article, there has been rumors of this being a Surface Duo Lite, which would be a mid-range version of the Surface Duo, kind of like instead of Surface Duo 1 and 2, it's right between that. We see the same concept with the Galaxy S22, the 22 Plus, and then obviously the 22 Ultra. You have that kind of mid-range 22 Plus. That's what people are speculating, but again, like I said, nobody knows for sure. So what this is a Surface Duo 2, but it's made completely out of plastic. So while we have glass on this Duo 1 and glass on the Duo 2, this was more of a mid-range one with was completely made out of plastic. And if this did actually retail, is considered canceled, but if it did retail, it would most likely come in at a price tag of what the Galaxy Z Flip is, and that would probably be around the price tag of like $1,000. So you'd have either $1,000 for this plastic Surface Duo, or spend the extra money and get a Surface Duo 2 at $1,500, or a Surface Duo 1 at $600. So it's kind of like a $400 price gap between the Duo 1 to the Duo 2, Duo 1 to this phone, and then this phone to the Duo 2 is another $400 price gap. I'll be honest, I don't know what this would even be. Like, would we see, this version, but the Surface Duo 2's like little brother? That's all I can think of because, I guess it would be a maybe +1 and +2 gigabyte upgrade to the RAM, maybe a little bit different storage options. But there's not much more you could take away from the Duo 2 that really kills the Duo 1 or makes people not want just go for the Duo 1. I mean, I guess you could add, NFC, but there's no wireless charging or waterproofness on either device, so there's not much more you can add. But this is interestingly a thing. So this was posted on eBay, like I said. As you guys can see, $750 on eBay. They marketed it as a Surface Duo 2's dev unit. And again, like I said, we don't know 100% if that is the case. With it being a plastic back and a plastic front. The camera looks really interesting, to be honest. It looks like it's the same exact, size of the Surface Duo 2's camera, but it just looks a lot better. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like giving this too much love. It just looks a little bit better. Kind of gives me that. I almost said it gives me that a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra vibe. If you guys do not know, that's one of my favorite phones of all time, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That's how the camera looks. That's interesting. Now, to be honest, it looks like somebody took a Surface Duo 2 and they put a pen cover case on the front and the back of it. That's kind of how it looks to me. But it would make sense if this was actually a dev unit, is that it would make sense because Microsoft would not want the pictures of this unit getting out to people, right? They don't want people to see what this unit looks like and then kind of get their glimpse of what the Surface Duo 2 would look like. So of course, dev units come out before the actual units actually are released because they want to go ahead and make sure to get everything, applications optimized, application utilized, that kind of stuff. So it would make sense for this to be a dev unit. It would make sense that this could just be a canceled unit that was, created by Microsoft. But even if this ends up being just a dev unit, it's a plus. It's definitely a plus. By the way, shout out to Ben Shroom, who actually posted this article. But it's definitely still a plus. It still shows Microsoft was actually trying with the Duo 2. We have not seen a Duo 1 dev unit, but shows they're actually trying with a Duo 2, trying to get it out to more people, trying to get out more, optimization for this device. But I will say overall wise, would you buy this? The question now becomes, if Microsoft did in fact do this with a Duo 3, I already talked about before with the Duo 3 that there needs to be a Plus model, a Duo 3 and then a Pro model, a Duo 3 and then a Duo 3 Pro. Where a Duo 3 Pro could be like $1,800, while the Duo 3 ends up being like $1,200, and the Duo 3 Pro would have like just crazy specs. Like we're talking about 12 gigabytes of RAM, right? It would come with NFC. Obviously, Duo 2 does too. It would come with waterproofness. It would come with wireless charging. It would come with everything you can think about in a smartphone that you want in a Duo 3 model. And then you have a cheaper model of Duo 3 where it's just for people who just want to pick it up just for work or something, or pick it up just to have fun. They're not really caring about all the extra specs, right? I think that's what we should have. But would you pick up a Duo 3 Lite, and let's say this came out at $700? Let's say the Duo 3 Lite was $700, then there's a Duo 3 at $1,200, and a Duo 3 Pro at $1,500. Would you pick up a Duo 3 Lite? Now, what would the specs be? Most likely would probably be a Snapdragon 8.1 Gen 1, Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. I'm going to guess it would probably be a plus 1 gigabyte of RAM over the Duo 2. Most likely same storage options, same colors. Even they could even go crazy here. They could even make it how Apple has their stuff, where they have multiple different colors for the lower end models. But this could even, let's say, it has the same color scheme. It could have obviously maybe no wireless charging. Maybe that could be the downside of getting this. It's made out of plastic instead of glass, because some people do have issues with the glass being kind of messed up. The cameras would be an upgrade from the Duo 2, but not as much as the Duo 2's, or Duo 3's regular model and Pro model. Maybe the Pro model could have like a 108 megapixel camera. Maybe they could take the same sensor from the S22 Ultra and put it in the Surface Duo 3 Pro. And then the Surface Duo 3, say that 100 times fast, would have a really good camera, and the Lite would have a better camera than the Duo 2, but not as great. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Maybe I'm thinking too much into things. I think that would not be a bad idea. I think that could get a lot more people into this foldable phone market if you had a lower end model. And we already know that the Samsung is doing the same concept. They're going to release a lesser, or a let's say more budgety, a lower end price tag on their Z Fold 4. It's not going to be $1,700, and most likely will be $1,500. So $200 less. They're going to be releasing that, and there's already different patents coming out that suggest that we could see an even lower end model of the Z Fold 4. So instead of a Z Fold 4, we have that, and then we have another flip phone or foldable phone that's even less money, maybe coming in at a price tag of like $700. So I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking, and if you guys would pick this up. I know this, of course, is just probably just a dev unit at the end of the day. Nothing really special, and it's really not, a big deal. But it does spark the question, what more could we see out of this? What more could Microsoft do? Because I never really thought about a plastic edition of the Surface Duo lineup, but it would make sense. This is something that Apple does, Samsung does. A lot of companies do this. They add plastic versions of their mainstream devices that makes it a little bit easier to pick up because of the price tag, and they might have lower end specs and graphics. But guess what? For someone on a budget who just wants to pick up a Surface Duo 1 or 2, this might actually be a pretty good investment. That's the idea of picking up. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.